been obvious for such a long time now that the Walt Disney Corporation is a volatile and toxic company. From literally making the live action remake of Mulan right near a Uyghur concentration camp, and going so far as to thank the authorities there for filming in that location, to attacking its own customer base due to politics, as well as being a promoter and a practitioner of DEI programs. Not just within the company, not just within their subsidiary companies like Lucasfilm, but also throughout the entire entertainment industry. Hell, I would not be surprised if they have stopped there and tried to influence other industries. Disney has done more to harm itself and to attack and to have the general audience, the general customer, hate them more than anyone else. Which is why I don't feel any sympathy for them, as I don't feel any sympathy for the company when they take a massive L, such as this one, where it is revealed, to no one's surprise, that the corporation Walt Disney discriminates against white men. This is confirmed by Michael Giordano, who is the senior vice president and team lead for 20th Television inside the Walt Disney Company. Here's how it started. He was trying to get into a relationship with a woman, and he hooked up with a woman online. Turns out said woman works for James O'Keefe, the same guy who used to run Project Veritas but was kicked out. As far as I know, the James O'Keefe Media Group is now taking the lead for James O'Keefe, and I so far haven't heard anything much about Project Veritas, and thank God for that, because I prefer James O'Keefe anyway. And he went on to confirm on a live recording, or not a live recording, on a recording, actual footage, audio footage, that many potential employees and those who are currently working at Disney have been discriminated against due to the color of their skin or their own gender. He has actually said that is sometimes explicitly stated, and sometimes depending on if the person has agents, like say the actors who are trying to find jobs, they're sometimes coded to agents. He when asked about how it was spoken by this woman, he says, and I quote, "No way we're hiring a white male for this role." By the way, if you guys want to check out the rest of the recording, which is about 20 minutes, I'm going to be putting it down in the description down below. So if you want to check that out, I highly suggest you do that. This is it. Oh man, this is really, really enlightening. Hell, Michael Giordano, who again is the senior vice president, he's one of the head people. He has been subjected to this kind of discrimination in the past. He has gone so far as to have an issue in terms of the fact that he cannot advance from his original position. He has actually been in the company for 11 years by his own statement. And he has mentioned that he has friends in the human resources department and in other divisions within Walt Disney. And they have mentioned that no one's going to tell, that very few people are going to tell him this directly, but they're not going to advance someone like him, a white man. I am paraphrasing that, but he has actually mentioned that specifically within the video provided by James O'Keefe. And holy crap, he even further mentions that he was told that white males were not being considered for a certain job. Holy crap, this opens up so many problems for Disney, and I am all for it, because again, as I said before, the company is very toxic. I mean, how the hell it's supposedly raking billions of dollars and still standing up as a mega corporation is beyond me. It really is. This has the potential to become a a massive class action lawsuit where many people were fired based upon their race or their gender, and I'm pretty certain that violates the Civil Rights Act of 1965, which further complicates things. I mean, it's not as though Disney itself is dealing with other issues, and I'm not just talking about shows like The Acolyte or films in general not making money and are just getting blasted by the general audience. I'm not just talking about that. They have been dealing with many lawsuits. Hell, Gina Carano's lawsuit has actually gone forward. Now, unfortunately, I don't think that if there's going to be a lawsuit, which I would not be surprised based upon, and this is specifically on hiring practices, based again on the issue of race and gender, I honestly don't think that it would line up with Gina Carano's lawsuit. I don't think it would be, if this makes sense to say, I don't think that Gina Carano and this lawsuit will be joined together, if that makes sense. But that doesn't really matter, because the fact is that with Gina Carano's lawsuit already going forward, according to a federal judge, and possibly going to court, this would open up a major can of worms for both Lucasfilm and Disney. And now with this, especially with audio and recorded evidence to back a potential lawsuit up, people are more likely than not to actually go up and probably sue the living hell out of Disney for all their practices. And honestly, I really hope that a lawsuit like that goes forward. These people are very despicable. And by the way, I just like to say something. People who on the woke left, who are always complaining about systemic racism, and of course, some people who say that racism equals prejudice plus power, or I even heard it go privilege plus power, which either way is complaining other bullshit, and that's not the real definition of racism. Which, by the way, is the belief that your race is superior to others, or that you believe that other races are inferior, which is basically the same thing. But this right here is systemic racism within a company. Now, are you going to put your money where your mouth is, and are you going to call this out? My belief is no. Absolutely not. Because it doesn't matter when it's against white people, or more specifically, white men, because you're the ones who've been promoting this crap. You've been promoting advancement based upon race and gender, and you've been promoting that based upon a victimhood mentality. And it's become a major problem that it has in fact not only corporations such as Disney, is in effect affected our own political system. And honestly, everyone knew that this was happening. The fact that this recording actually is out there just proves our suspicions, which to be honest we're not really suspicious, but we just had a general idea. But this just shows how deep the situation goes, just within Disney. And I think it's time that people fight back. I don't like the idea of people getting a higher up based upon their race or their gender or whatever. If they have a better idea, or they work harder, or they have some more merit for a job, no matter what race, no matter what sexuality, no matter what gender, they deserve that. Only on merit. And that is my belief. And my God, I hope that this that this potential lawsuit, as well as the Gina Carano lawsuit, not only goes forward, it crushes Disney and makes Disney an example, and it completely destroys the whole DEI shit, or at least begins its collapse. Because my God, does this need to stop? We need to go back to a time where meritocracy was a theme. We do not focus on race whatsoever, but the contact of people's character. My name is Noah Meehan, the York of Truth. Please post your comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, share with your friends, and also, fuck Disney.
Almost